beautiful people, and how are you this January cold winter's day? I hope you're all well and splendid. In today's video, we are going to look at finding deals on Rightmove, okay? Finding property investment opportunities to capitalize on during this beautiful January's day, and just seeing what's out there at the moment. So I get a lot of phone calls about investing in property in South Wales, which is where I'm based, and people usually want to know about what do the numbers look like, what type of investments out there, what are the yields like, and what do I expect? How do I even get started? Where do I go to do the research? And I have 25k in my bank, I have 50k in my bank, I don't know what to do, help me with this, right? So I thought, let me put together this video about finding deal opportunities on Rightmove, doing a little bit of research just to qualify the deal, and then whether or not making the decision whether this is the type of property you want to book in based on the values that you've done, that you found doing some desktop research. We are going to look at properties on Rightmove, right? But I'm just going to put in a budget of 100,000. I'm just going to pretend there's an imaginary budget of 100,000, and we're going to look at that and anything below that, so you can really capitalize on your opportunities on single buy-to-lets, doing the BRR model. Really simple, really straightforward, or buy to sell. But this is generally for buy, refinance, refurb, and rent. No, buy, rent, refinance. You know the BRI. I can't even bother right now. So let's get straight to it. So I've got my screen up, I've got Rightmove on one tab, and I've got another Rightmove tab open, which is the sold prices, which I'm going to use for the not renovation, which I'm going to use for the research. Okay, so I'm going to look in South Wales, keeping options open, budget of 100,000 the most. I'm looking for a deal in South Wales within my budget of 100,000. Let's see where things are going to take me. I do want to work to the lower end of my budget and work up, so let's start off with that, because I have a lot of people call me all the time. They have budgets. Let's start off with half the amount. They have budgets, don't know where to start, right? So this is what you would do. If I was you, I would sit down on my desk, I would get up South Wales or put in my area that I'm querying and see what comes up within my budget. So here we have a map to the right hand side of all the areas that's included in South Wales. So here you have Aberdare, you have, I could be saying Tree Harris wrong, you've got Llanelli, Newport, Cardiff, I mean all these areas, Porthcawl, Gleneath, these are areas that are within South Wales. We're going to see which one of these are selling properties within our budget. Now, a lot of these will be auction properties. When you're looking at these locations, when you're finding a deal, you want to know a little bit about the location that you're operating in, okay? So I've done a video on location and finding the ideal location, what things to take into consideration, who's going to be your tenants, what kind of amenities are there, what type of things are in the area to make it an ideal location for you to invest in. As well as that, then you've got this desktop research to really navigate you into the area that you're looking into. Now, there is a keyword list that I've actually been using that I should tell you. Now, when you're looking for deals, I like to put in properties that would likely use language that of an investor. So cash buys, things like cash buys. I want to look at properties that are cash buys only, because then we can go in and get some short-term lending and really purchase this house, add some value, and then sell on later on. So what can I get within what properties are cash buying properties? All these are auctions. You could tell all these are auctions, right? But that's fine. See here, you see you've got online auction, you've got a lot of online auctions, and that's okay, honestly. You've got a good amount of land there. But we are looking for properties that are looking for quick sales. Let's try the word quick sale and see what comes up. I'm going to X that because I don't want to see that property anymore. This is a new feature. I love that feature. Right, here's a fantastic property, £36,000, Ferndale, which I actually know this area, but let's pretend I don't. Now, this property looks like it's at the bottom end of my budget. I want to see what type of values go around for properties of this standard. Now, when I'm doing my research, I always have a spreadsheet open so I can collect my information on a spreadsheet. So I'd have the date that I'm collecting the property, the address, the number of rooms, asking price, what agent is actually posting the property, what's my plan, what are the values, the approximate offer after the research, rental values, and the list goes on. And this allows me to collect properties and have them all in one place, everything I've looked at. And then if it's really good, it makes it onto a second tab, which is the booking in tab. And then if that's good, it makes it onto a third tab, which is my offer tab, what properties I've actually offered on, and so forth. And that allows me to stay up to date of my offers. So if on my offer tab, I say I've got 50 properties on there that I've constantly got in offer at any given time, then you can keep up with that and work your way down until it's completely struck off the list, or you're moving on it or selling it or utilizing it yourself, whatever. So here, this house is on Pentry Road, and I'm just going to collect this information really quickly. Number of bedrooms. This is a 3-bedroom house. Oh, I've got it on the wrong tab. 3-bedroom, asking price is 36, okay? So now I'm going to collect some values. Let's look at the juice. Let's see how much properties are going for in this area. So copy and paste. So now this house doesn't have a front garden. It's a standard terraced house. Let's see if we can find that. So for the second Rightmove tab, I'm going to go to find a house prices, not find, I'm going to go to house prices, go to sold house prices, and then once that tab's opened up, which is already was opened, I press search after putting in the postcode and seeing what comes up. In the first instance, I'm only going to look at properties in the immediate area, all types, ideally terrace. Let's just go straight for terrace houses because this is a pure terraced house. So immediately we have 66,000, we have 50,000. We don't know the condition or the bedrooms of this. There is a way to find out, but for now I'm going to keep this all on Rightmove. So we've got one here, and this is within the area, so on the road, £87,000. So I'm going to put that one down again. Now this is in very good condition, I can see, because look at this. You've got this, I mean, just from the pictures you can tell the house is in decent condition. They've got a nice kitchen there, bathroom, similar size. You can see the rooms are very small, just like that property. 87, and that sold in September 2020, so only a year and a half ago, less than a year and a half ago. So it's a great comparison. Let's see if we can find another 4 like this. Okay, so we've got 87. That's a 2-bed at 52, doesn't work. We just want 3 beds. Another 3-bed here. Let's have a look. Sorry. This 3-bed is not as good of condition at all. It's on for 68. Not as good as a condition as what you're looking for. But to keep things conservative, I'd probably still write that down, 68, okay, just to have a comparable. And I'm going to write down that it's decent. It's decent condition, but I've seen better. We've got a 3-bed at 41. What's this? Well, either way, it's in poor condition and it's in 2017. It's too long of a time ago. We want at least 1 to 2 years max. So let's open up the search to 1/4 of a mile to see what we get then. 78 jumps out, but it's got a front garden. You can see that it has a front garden. Here's a 3-bed here for £55,000. Red carpets, don't bother, waste your time collecting them, because it's not a good idea of what the end value would be. So we've got one here for 135, but that's got a front garden, so we're going to keep going down. Right, so let's have a look. 56,000. We'll see what the condition of a £56,000 house brings you. This condition looks decent. This house looks decent. 56,000. 56k. I'll say that's in good condition. I tell you, there's so much systems that if you're a member of EIG, you can get access to this information in 0.0 seconds, but it's like £80 a month. It's quite a lot. So someone like me, this is what I'm doing here. Someone like me and you, we gotta use desktop. And you're just going in every single 3-bed that you can find to see the values until you can collect 4 comparables. But I've just realized that has a front garden, so we're not going to collect that. So we are going to go on to the next page. 3-bed here, 74. Let's see what we get. This is nice condition. Looks like a complete different property, doesn't it? So the kitchen's a bit bigger, but not hugely. 74. I think this is a good comparable. Let's have a look quickly. Oh yeah, this is a good comparable. 3 bedrooms upstairs, downstairs, kitchen, lounge. This one doesn't have a floor plan, but you can see that, let's have a look. Ground floor, you've got the bathroom, and the first floor is three bedrooms. So similar to this house, first floor, 3 bedrooms. Downstairs has the bathroom, and this house is on for 74. We're going to utilize this as a comparable. Wow, and just like that, we've got 4 comparables. So I'm going to add these up. Now, Rightmove says that properties within a quarter mile of the road that we're actually looking at sell for an average price of £67,000, 694. This is very good information. The only thing about this is that it's looking at everything as a whole, and it's not necessarily focusing on purely just the values of terrace properties. So, you know, this could be a good indication or not of what's actually the end value of a house. They say 67,000. Let's see what ours adds up to based on the information that we've done to see whether or not the property would be this value. When you're working out the value of a property, you really are really figuring out what the sales are. So 87 plus 68,000 plus 56,000 plus 74,000 equals 200, and then we're going to divide that by 4, 71. So they say 67,000. So now what we're looking at here is this property is on the market, on with the auction in Wales, South Wales, for £36,000 based on the due diligence we've done. Just this very superficial due diligence, because you would call estate agents and find out a bit more information about the house. But based on our due diligence, it's 71,250. Right? So ideally, when you go to refinance, the buy-to-let lender would give you up to 80% of that end value. And if the aim is to get all your money out, or as much of your money out as possible, our aim is to work out what 80% of 71 is. So if you do 71,250 times that by 0.8, then we get £57,000, right? So when we go to refinance, we know we're going to get £57,000 in the kitty should the end value truly be 71,000, which is fantastic. So now knowing that, it's good to look at the property and see, right, what work does this property need? Looking at these pictures, the house looks like it could do with a bit of sprucing up. So I would at least tiling the bathroom halfway up from the ground up, halfway all the way around, using some lovely tiles, something contrasting the flooring, and maybe replacing that panel or just repainting it, and just having a nice tiling in that bathroom. But this stuff looked like it could stay. The white goods of the bathroom look like it could stay. There's a shower here. I'd probably do something with this shower. But looking at the house itself, it's not too bad of a condition. There's no carpet or flooring, so you'd need to put flooring in, but the walls itself look fine. And again, same with the kitchen. The kitchen itself looks fine. The cabinets look ideal. They look great. It's just the tiling is out of date, and same for the floor. The floor tiles look like vinyl. They look like they've been individually squares put down. It doesn't look nice, and that is something I would change as well. And probably potentially maybe even create an L shape here so you have more kitchen, because it's clear they have not a much counter space, because she's got the whole wood cutting board with a microwave on top, which just kind of indicates there's just not enough counter space. They need more, and that would be a sticking point if you look to let or even sell the house out. So looking at this house, I think I could do all of this within 5k easily. You're only tiling a bit, you're only laying down some flooring, you're probably changing the color of the walls. This is not heavy stuff. I think you could be all in at 5k. So now knowing that I want my purchase price and my renovation costs to come in within 80% of that end value, I need to make sure that I can get it all within the 57, right? So 57 take away 5 is 52,000. I think the buying cost, the letting cost, the refinancing cost, you're going to be in around 3,000, maybe 3.5. So I'll take off 3,000, which takes you to 49. Then I've only got a calculator on my screen. I'm looking at it. Takes you to 49,000. So that means your purchase price is 49,000. You cannot exceed 49,000 with this house on for 36. You can go up to 49, spend 5k on it. You have your costs as well. Refinance on the new value of 71,000, and then you get all your money out. This is a great BRR deal, and I've helped you now just find a deal. So potentially you could go and offer on this because the auction's not on here yet. And this is a great location. I know Ferndale, fantastic for buy. It's actually good for BRR, for buy to let, or home owner occupiers. So if you actually wanted to sell the house, it's a great opportunity for that as well. And it's on with Paul Fox Auctions. Now this is a great property. I think it's a great property, but again, we don't know what else. There could be Japanese not. There could be many reasons why the house is this low if it's on for 71 and not in bad of a condition. The question I'd then be asking, what else is wrong? Is there subsidence? Is there Japanese knotweed? What's keeping the price so low? And this is where you do further research. But in terms of you sitting down at your desk, looking at South Wales and saying, right, where do I want my money to take me? I would put in my budget up to the amount I have. So say for example your budget is 100,000, I would start off looking at properties at 50, see what areas come up, write them down, ideally ones that aren't on the auction, because then it will really take you to that location. Whereas auction, they're putting prices on for low because they need to entice you in, so it's not necessarily a true reflection of properties that you can purchase within that area as a regular, you know, in terms of having regular stock. You might just get the one-offs in an auction, but you know, for you to find an actual rental area that you can continuously go to, find someone that's probably not on with the auction, and you find 3 or 4 of them within that price range on the market, and then you can utilize that as your location. That's one property we found. I hope you find this experience very useful, looking for deals on Rightmove that you could go ahead and view. Okay, this is where this video is going to take you only up to the viewing, and then you would need to go and do the rest. I hope you find this video useful. Please be sure to like and subscribe. If you want more videos where we are looking at prices, we are looking at how to actually find the value, how to know when to take things to the next step and actually book in for a viewing, this video has been great for that. If you want more information on numbers, how to work out whether a deal stacks or not, how to do a little bit more due diligence, and how to even just do like a sit down and a deal analysis, we're going to do a lot more of that coming up this year, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I hope you found this video very useful, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this video, and whether there's other things you've done to help you find your ideal property areas and what property to look in and view. I'll see you in another video. Bye.